I learned in my youth, I learned if I got to be unhappy to make you happy, I'm not happy. So if I'm not happy, what's the point? If I can't talk, I gotta shut up and all that. I had my first husband. He put hands on me, okay? So I can be transparent. I don't care. I don't even care. He put some hands on me a couple of times, but every time he put hands on me, I left. I didn't stay there. Because I didn't come under a mom who let men beat on her. My mother said her first husband got jealous because he had a Christmas party or something, and he was waiting on her to come. She was late, and she said she showed up, and men was at the door. Who is that? Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Oh, check her out. And somebody said she's exotic. So her no good husband, who was a womanizer, God rest his soul, he was a nice man. I met him once. He was wondering who the men were looking at. He came to the door. It was his wife, my mom. He got mad. And when he got mad, they went home, and the next day, he woke up, she fixed him breakfast, and she was saying, oh, the men, they was looking at you. She said, I don't know, it's not my fault. I just came to the party. And let me tell you, she said he got up and slapped her, did something. Mama said she was already in the kitchen cooking. My mama was something else. She said she found the biggest knife. She said she went over there to him. See, I'm glad I didn't inherit that. I didn't inherit that from my mother. I'm not a violent person. My mother wasn't violent either, but she would go there if it was necessary. Okay. My mother said she picked up the knife and she discreetly went over to the table. He slapped her and went and sat down and started eating. She said he went over there to the table. She took that knife and jammed it in his leg. My mama was a trip. I'm so glad I got saved so I could help her. She said she jammed it in his leg, and he was screaming. Said, and she mustn't do it. She must have really used some force. She said it stopped him from walking. And I said after that she got up, and she pretty much was done with him. She left and moved to California. He already had some kids and stuff before hers. And she could have been pregnant when she left because she came to California because I believe my brother Matt was born in California. And that was in Kansas City. Now, don't let me forget because I had another problem out here. So, Mama came to California. And she stayed here till her last day. And I'm glad. So I learned, I don't know nothing about that. My mother was something else. And so I get kind of like around this time of year. I think about my mother often, but now this time of year we really be like close, and we be, preparing to cook and going to the store, and she loved the holidays. She made me like them. After she died, I wasn't into the holiday, whatever. Anyway, Mom said we was living on 27th Street, and then, she had a lot of company, and they was, doing their Saturday night get together, and she said she was getting tired. So other people was leaving. And they called her baby sister. So she said, this guy, he wouldn't leave. And Mama said she just took some matches. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. Because she was striking matches. The guy was kind of drunk. She was striking matches, and she was just like, put a little lit at the bottom of his coat he had on. Then she did it again. She did it again. He said, next thing you know, his coat started smoking. He was wondering, where is the smoke coming from? And so he ran out the house. And she got up and locked the door. So I abuse. So I'm glad for my husband though. And I married him at the right time. Because sometimes you alone, you single, you doing your thing, and he was a perfect person. He didn't have no kids and all of that, and he was cool. He didn't have no bad habits. And so I thank God I made it. And so I have now myself options because of where he was born. I have options. So, and thank God he came over here with his family legally. They bought a house and property, and they got property in England. They got property in where is that? Jamaica, and one other place. And let me tell you, if America, I don't want to be looking at this dude. And so I've been telling my husband for years that I actually can leave America because people here are crazy. They losing it. And they're very selfish, and they don't think about nobody but themselves. And I thank God he got me out of that selfishness as a late teenager. And I remember I had two younger brothers, and separated by 2 to 4 years. And there was these cookies I used to like called Mother's Cookies. It came in a bag, like a paper bag, but shiny. And it had pink on the bag, and they were chocolate chip. And those cookies were so good. They were small. So I remember one day I had some money, and I walked up to the store to get these cookies. And when I walked up to the store to get the cookies, I came home. I was so happy. I'm going to eat my cookies. And I must have bought a drink to go with it. I don't remember. So I'm getting ready to eat my cookies. I opened the bag. You know, it had the type where, you know, they glued the bag, but they had the folding tabs. So I was opening the tab, being careful to open the bag right, get it open so I could close it when I'm done with my cookies and eat it again. Well, what happened was my brothers saw the cookies, and they just started begging me. And they used to be always messing with people, food and snacks and stuff. And I said, no, I ain't giving them nothing. They was begging, oh, let me have some cookies. Oh, try, let me have some cookies. Give me some cookies. Try to give me some cookies. And I was, no, I ain't giving you nothing. I was serious. But when I have God in me, I was saved at the time. I got saved by then. And something spoke to me. I know it was God. It said, don't be like that. Give your brothers some of your snacks. So, and they had given up because it was a battle. They kept going, and no, it wasn't easy. This went on for about a good 5 or 10 minutes. But guess what? I took some of the cookies, poured it in something, gave each of them something, and it was a nice amount. And then I had like little bit, like less than half left in the bag. And I said, here, I gave it to him. And I remember from that day, I felt good that I shared it. And I thought, well, that's less calories for me. Because I had a weight problem. So I learned that lesson. So sacrifice is a part of life, but I learned. So if I can share my mother's cookies with my hard-headed brothers, I know these rich people can be better to poor people. But anyway, back to my husband. So I'm glad I'm in the situation that I'm in. And see, I lived a great deal of my life, a good chunk of my life. I lived dealing with things. And I lived with bullies. Okay? And I dealt with people not really loving me like I deserved to be. So as I got older in life, I didn't like being in uncomfortable situations. And so I've made decision that, wow, I don't move quite a bit, but I think I could probably get out of here. Because they said once a country goes, this man is talking about firing squads and all this other stuff. And when a country is not free, and I look at all all the years, the wars has been fought, the taxes has been paid, the different, and we just handed this country over to this man, and he's gonna make people into Christian. He ain't even a Christian, but they want to turn this country into this and into that. And a lot of them men that voted for him, they don't even know they're gonna outlaw strip clubs, and they're gonna outlaw pornography. And all men do, probably most of them do that. I ain't caught my husband doing it, but I hope he don't. So they're going to be putting people in jail for that. So it's a free country. And I go over this with Christians all the time. I'm like, when did y'all get so political and worried about how people living? You can't tell. If I don't like people who curse, I have a choice. They have a choice to curse. I have a choice not to listen to it. If they smoke cigarettes, they have a choice to do it. I have a choice not to subject my body to that unclean environment. But when you take away people's choice, abortion was legal. Nobody make a person have an abortion. They do it because they want to do it, or they do it because they need to do it because they had a miscarriage. Drinking was illegal at one time. Okay? That way people, they used to do the speakeasy, and they had the sneaky clubs in New York and all over the place. So people do what they want to do. I don't know what to say. I know it's dark and I gotta go to dang Alton. Anyways, so it's nice talking to you guys, you ladies. I have been home all week. I got me my one dish cooked, and I'm gonna finish cooking my chicken, and then I'm gonna freeze that, and then I don't even know if I'm gonna cook for Thanksgiving. I'm just out of it. I got all my husband's meats that he needs to cook. Yep. I don't know. So I'm just glad I got options. And I'm looking at my family not close to me for whatever reasons. I know I try to treat everybody nice, and I don't, I can live in another country. Some of my friends, not all of them, people that I really thought was cool, they got problems. I'll tell you about the lady. It's like all of a sudden, when you left LA, I was living good. You come back, I'm living in another city, and you get mad at that. But you don't mind borrowing money. Not borrowing, I gave her the money. She never paid me back. Which I never had to pay her back when she gave me stuff, right? But she give me like, she could spend a couple dollars on me here and there. Going to things was cheap in the 80s. Church's Chicken, or we used to go to Bob's Big Boy Restaurant, or any little Denny's or a little something like that. That's a little $3, $4, $5. Okay, but when I got grown enough and was working, making money, I took her to nice restaurants, Red Lobster, all types of nice places. So at some point, what she did for me, I exceeded that in paying her back. And for her to be jealous of me is just, I just can't believe. It is what it is. And I'm going to be all right. So I'm glad. Thank you for listening. If you listened, I don't know. But thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. I hope you had a little entertainment. And yeah, I think I could do it. I think I could do it. I could actually live in a... So just say we went to live in Europe, right? It'd be a little pricey over there. That would probably... I don't know, because see, I'm not into shopping. I don't have to be going shopping and buying like, I went and bought these knives and stuff the other day. That was on a whim, but I'm not a person, I'm not in the store shopping, buying stuff. When I do, I go shopping now. I buy stuff, and I usually buy in bulk. I'm looking at my, over here, I got some food, some foil. That is $750. I thought about it. I was in Costco, and I was with somebody, and I was going to get some foil because we were out. And so now I'm learning a lot about old people. When I thought they were old, they weren't that old, but they used to save foil and stuff. So now what I think I'm going to do is start telling Arrow, if the foil don't get too soiled, we could just maybe stick it in the refrigerator, and reuse it. But anyway, we ran out of foil after 4 years. I had bought foil at Sam's Club, and it lasted about 4 years. So I was getting ready to buy some more foil at Costco. It was like 200 square feet or something. It was $20. Was it $20? No, it wasn't that much. It wasn't as much as that. So I saw this one. Let me see if I can oh Jesus. Can you see that? Next to that big red tub. That's my little supply cabinet. What was that about? So anyway, I'm back. So I saw that foil. I was going to get the other one. 200 feet. That was, no, it was 300 feet. And I was going to get two. But that was going to cost more money. That one was 29. It could have been 30. Or it could have been $19.99. I don't remember. But it's 750 square feet. And if they ain't lying, that means that foil should last for at least 3-4 years. Oh yeah, I'm thinking. One perk of living in England is like living down south. A lot of states are close, right? So, excuse me. In England, you're close to a lot of different countries, and you get those airline fares, and go all over the place. I remember seeing airline signs. Go to a whole nother country for $79 round trip. I'm like, ooh. So I'm thinking about that. I don't want to be living and scared and and then another thing my husband said we could do, like we could come and go. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but this wasn't a good election turnout. And this is, I'm gonna say this before I go. Once he starts saying the economy is good, everything is great, because he's gonna try to take credit. Oh, the stock market is great. He want to take credit, but it was all bad when Biden and Mrs. Harris, Mrs. VP Kamala Harris Imhoff was in office. So, okay, I gotta go to altar. I'll talk to you guys later. Bless you.